Okay, so with this question, it says write each of the following numbers in standard form. So here we've got a really large number, all right? And I'm going to write it out again so that I've got enough space, okay, to explain my workings. Okay, and you might want to do that in the exam as well, so everything's clear for you. Now, when it comes to standard form, remember the number that you get at the end must be between 1 and 10, okay? At the moment, this is a very big number, isn't it? 35 million. So I need to put the decimal point where we have between 1 and 10. Now, if I put it there, that wouldn't do, wouldn't it? Because that would be 35. So I need to put it there, yeah? So I need to put the decimal point there. Or when I say put it, I mean move it, okay? Because essentially that's what I need to do, yeah? At the moment, with the number 35 million, the decimal point is at the end, isn't it? Okay? And what I'm going to do then is thinking about moving it so that I get it here between the 3 and the 5. So my final answer then will have 3.5 in it, and that number is between 1 and 10. So if I start at the end here, it moves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 places, right? So you can count how many places that decimal point has moved, 7 places. So you do then times 10, and it will be to the power of how many places it's moved, so be to the power 7, okay? So there's my answer there. With the second one, you can see here, I'll write it out again. So we've got 4 zeros after the decimal point. And this one's a really small number, and we need to think again, where does the decimal point, where do we need to move it to so that the final answer is between 1 and 10? Well, of course, if I put it there, if I move it there, we'll have then 1.3, won't we? Okay, 1.3. And that's between 1 and 10. So we need to see how many places it needs to move to get there. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5 places. So we say times 10, okay? It's moved 5 places, but this time we've moved the decimal point to the right, okay? So in that case then, when we move it to the right, we need to put minus as the answer, minus 5. Okay, and the other way of thinking about minus as well, why is minus? This is a really small number, okay? It's a really small number, so, you know, we can think of it as negative in that sense, really small, whereas up here we've got a really big number, 35 million, so we write that as a positive 7. Okay, so question 2 then. Express 7.13 times 10 to the 4 as a decimal. So this now is reverse process. If I write 7.13, now, because it's 10 to the positive 4, this is a really big number, isn't it? If you think about it, because it's positive 4, it's going to be a big number. So we need to move the decimal point this way, to the right, so that it gets larger. So decimal point moves 1 place, okay, 2 places, 3 places, 4 places. Okay, so we'll end up here. And then what you need to do then with that number is write 7, 1, 3, and there's 2 loops here. So we'll put 0 to fill in those 2 loops, and the decimal point is now there. And we've got our large number. Now with part B, if you notice, it's a minus power, right? Which means this is going to get much smaller. We're going to have like 0.00 something, right? So what I'll do, right, I'll write down 5.4. Okay, but because I want to make this smaller, the decimal point now is going to move to the left, okay, and it's going to move 3 places. So 1, 2, 3. It's going to move there. All right. So what we do then is, because it's moving there, we fill these loops up with zeros. So we'll have decimal point 0, 0, 5, 4, and of course you need to put a 0 in front of that point. So there's my answer, 0.0054. With question 3. Okay, we've got to add in standard form, right? We've got to add them. And when we add in standard form, the best thing to do is just to change them into ordinary numbers to start with, okay? It makes much more sense. So if we look at this here, 2.3 times 10 to the power 3, okay? Well, 2.3, okay? We're going to move the decimal point, aren't we? But because the power is positive, right, this number is quite a big number, isn't it? Okay, it's a big number, so the decimal point needs to move to the right. It needs to move 3 places. So 1, 2, 3. It'll go there. So we end up having 2, 3, and there's 2 loops, so we put zeros here and then the decimal point. We do the same now for the other number, 6.4. times 10 to the power 4. Again, that's a large number, so it's going to make this number bigger, so it moves 4 places to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we end up having 6, 4, and there's 3 loops, so 0, 0, 0. Okay, now we'll add these two numbers together. Okay, we'll add that one and that one. So we line it up over here, 6, 4, 0, 0, 0, and then 2, 3, 0, 0. Okay, we'll add them up. So zeros, 3, 6, and 6. Okay, so the answer is 66,300. Now we've got to put it back into standard form, right? That's how the approach works here. It needs to go back in standard form. This is now in an ordinary form, isn't it? So to do that, we just appreciate that the decimal point needs to be moved. We're going to put the decimal point here. Yeah, that's where we need to put it, because I want my answer to be 6.63. Yeah, that will make sure then my number is between 1 and 10. So if my decimal point is starting here, it moves 1, 2, 3, 4 places. So 4 places means you have times 10 to the power 4.